Okay, welcome to exercise number 3, the microscope. So it seems kind of odd that we're going to make a microscope out of this very long table, but what we're going to do is we're going to use the same object we did in the last exercise. It's this circle with the two crosses on it. You can't really see it that well because the light is on, but that's when I do the calculations, I'm going to pull it down. We're going to measure it very carefully. So the instructions say we're going to have two lenses. The lens next to the object is the objective. So this is the first lens, lens number 1. It's the objective lens. And put it a little less than twice the focal length away. Now for a microscope, you have to have the short focal length for the objective, long focal length for the eyepiece. If you want to make a telescope, you flip it around. So we want a microscope. So this is a 7.5 centimeter eyepiece. So 7.5 times 2 is 15. So what I've done is I've placed it about 14.5 centimeters away. So first of all, you can write down the positions of my things. Here's my object, it's at 50. So my first lens, it's at 35.5, which is 14.5 centimeters from the object. So that's my objective lens. Then what we want to do is figure out where the image forms, and you can use the thin lens law, and I would suggest you do that 1 over f plus 1 over o plus 1 over I. And to check it out, I can use the screen to get a pretty good idea to where it focuses. You see how it focuses at certain spots? Again, this is what we did in the first exercise, so that looks pretty good right there. All right, so we're going to take that away in the final microscope, but I'm trying to find the image distance for the first lens. So there are 4 different measurements we have to make, so we've got to figure out the final magnification. So the object distance of the first lens and the image distance of the first lens. So the image is placed at 20.5 centimeters. So you can figure out what the image distance is for the first lens by subtracting off the 35.5 minus the 20.5. Now, the last lens, which is the ocular eyepiece, is going to be placed about a focal length away. So if this is at 20.5, I want to be 15 centimeters away because this has a focal length of 15 centimeters. So I'm putting it at 5.5. So this guy's actually it's 5.4 because the other one was 20.4. Now, I've placed them all. Now what I'm going to do is I got to get rid of the screen because if I'm on a microscope, I don't want the screen there. Before I remove that, this image becomes the object for lens number 2. This image becomes the object for lens number 2. So this is the object distance for lens number 2. Now the image distance for lens number 2, we're gonna assume the image forms right at the object plane. So it's the distance between here and the light source itself. So in the next video, what I'm going to do is draw out all the distances, write them down, and we'll do our final measurements of the height and find the magnification.